because it's just perfect. Oh, it's look at that. Oh, I love it. Everybody, welcome back to the Headbangers Hideout. My name is Tony. If you haven't already, please click subscribe, hit that notification bell because we do upload videos every single day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Real quick, I want to share with you this brand new guitar tone patch I call LEXICON PCM-41, taken directly from the LEXICON PCM-41 that I borrowed, and I was able to tweak with it. But there's one particular tone that I just had to have, was this tone. That delay, awesome sustain for days, and the delay is perfect because it gives you the sustain without breaking up, but it's real subtle. Real quick, I'm using the Boss eBand JS-10, which has the Boss GT100 effects processor built into it. You have pedals, rack mounts, computer-based software, the new stuff, the Line 6 Helix, the Neuro DSP Quad, Cortex Quad, whatever you want to call it, the Fractal Audio Axe Effects 8, Axe Effects 1, 2, 3, Guitar Rig 5 or 6, what other stuff is out there? Whatever you have, the Yamaha, whatever you have, I will get you there. Just look at the screen. Again, this is based off an actual LEXICON PCM-41 tone. What I love about this tone, it is now becoming my top 2 favorite tones to jam with. Teach with, learn licks from, because it's just perfect. It cleans up great. and dirties up beautifully with long sustain and bends for ages. Real quick, look at the screen. If you don't have my settings or numberings, don't be alarmed. Just look at the knob positioning as you would a clock. So if it's in the middle and it just happens to say 50, but your middle is 5 or 12, just look at it as a clock and put it right in the middle. So if you don't have my numbering, don't be alarmed. Again, it's not exact, but it's very close to it. I'm very, very happy with it. And I'm very happy with all the feedback I got from this tone. Again, out of all my tones, and I have over 300, this is easily my top 5 tones because of what it represents to me and what I remember hearing back in the mid 80s. It's awesome. All right, let's go ahead and begin. Let's go ahead and look at the screen. I'm just going to noodle around, nothing fancy. So don't come from my playing. I'm just giving you the tone. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, leave them below. All requests will be considered. And if I've forgotten you, remind me again and I'll get to your requests. All right. So now, no more talking. Let's get to the heart of the tone. All right. The LEXICON PCM-41. Out there, thanks so much for liking this and hope you can enjoy it. All right. Oh, again, real fast, before we start, I have the Marzio Super Distortion pickups. So whatever settings you have from this, lock it in, and then make it sound better with your rig, your setup. You may want to take back some gain, add more gain, take off some reverb or delay or vice versa. That is based on your ears. But this tone is already set in stone for me. It's up to you to make it better with your guitar, pickups, amp, setup, whatever, all right? Just keep that in mind, all right? Look at that. Oh, I love it. All right, let's begin. All right. As you can see, I have an amp, obviously. I have no compressor, no limiter. So see the screen? It's going to be a simple tone. Here's my amp, no compressor. I do have overdrive distortion being activated. I have a noise gate. I am using EQ, so obviously this is my way of emulating this tone. I have EQ. I have no modulations, no chorus, no flanger, no tremolo, no phaser, none of that. So the modulations are off. It's a pretty straightforward tone. Where have I been with this tone for all these years? I don't know, but I'm glad I stumbled upon it by tweaking and tweaking and tweaking, and I'm like, I know this tone, I know this tone, and I was tweaking it until I was happy with it. I got it. I do have delay, and I love it. And then my reverb. I'm just noodling. All right, let's go ahead. All right, let's go ahead to the amp. Now, real quick, I'm using a high gain stack. Boss calls it amp high gain stack. This is modeled after a modified vintage Marshall. So whatever amp modeling you have, look for a modified vintage Marshall. Some type of Marshall that's, obviously modified, whatever. And go ahead and pick an amp. And that's up to you, whatever you use. But this model is a modified vintage Marshall. Oh, I love it. All right, and there is my gain and my effect level. See my gain? It's very dirty. Now, because my gain is at 51, the amp alone is a high gain stack. Otherwise, if you have a lower gain amp, you want to turn your gain all the way up. So that's why I chose a modified vintage Marshall, so my gain is pretty much at halfway. Not all the way, but halfway, because it's already very gainy. Right? There's my effect level, pretty much right in the middle. There's a reason why my effect level is there and not at 9, 10, whatever, because it's so massive. You don't want to blow out your speakers, all right? And we'll get to that, all right? So that is my gain and my effect level. And the amp is a modified vintage Marshall. There is my bass, my middle, my treble, and my presence. And this little Unchained at Night documentary. Oh, I love it. All right, what's next? If you don't have this on your settings, don't worry about it. It will not affect your tone. I just happen to have it on my menu. So I have T-comp at 0 and it's on. Alright? But real quick, see my compressor, it's off. So we're not going to be using any compressor. So make sure you don't use any compressor. Turn it off. Alright? Let's bypass that. I am using overdrive distortion. Let's see what I'm using for this tone. I'm using the Boss OD1, which is the Boss overdrive distortion pedal. If you don't have the overdrive distortion by Boss, it's okay, any overdrive will do. You can use a clean boost, blues overdrive, a tube screamer if you want to, right? Just go ahead and play with your overdrive, as long as it's an overdrive, not a distortion pedal, but an overdrive. Real fast, I just turned the overdrive pedal off, as you can see, right? Listen. Night and day, listen. With the overdrive off, let's turn the overdrive pedal on. So there is my overdrive pedal that I'm using. Now I'll tell you where the settings. Here are the settings for the overdrive. Why I have it like that is I'm going to exit out so you can see my volume levels. All right, let's go ahead and exit. There are my bars. Listen, or look at the bars. That's exactly where you want the bars to be. A little bit less if you want to, or there. But listen. I mean, look. That's perfect. And the reason why it's perfect is because if you go to my amp, I have my amp at 48. If I go 50 and above, it's going to max out, and you don't want it to max out. Vice versa, when you go to the EQ, when you drop the EQ level, go back to your amp and turn the amp level. Right? So for me, I must have a high EQ level, which is why my effect level is at 48. But we'll see. We'll have a look at that. But there you go. So my amp level is at 48 because of the bars. love this tone. All right, let's go ahead, get back to where we were. Remember, no, okay, there, we were here, right? That was my overdrive distortion, so there we go. Let's go to the next in the chain. That is my noise gate. This is very loud and gainy, so turn up your threshold of your noise gate. I don't know what I'm playing. Now, what's next? See, my effect level on my EQ, I have it at +2. Remember, my amp volume was at 48. If I want to drop the effect level on the EQ to 0, I'll turn my amp maybe up to 50. But I got most of my volume because of the EQ. Real fast, let's turn the EQ off. No EQ. Doesn't sound anything special, nothing PCM-41 tone, right? Let's turn PCM, Lexicon PCM-41 EQ on. Here's where I get my tone. That is my low gain, my high gain, and my effect level. Next in my EQ chain, there's my low mid frequency, my low mid Q, and my low mid gain. I love this tone. Alright, what's next in my EQ chain? That is my high mid frequency, my high mid Q, and my high mid gain. Lastly, the EQ chain, that is my low cut and my high cut. You get a little bit of feedback, that's okay. That means the tone is rocking. Play with your noise gate, alright? What else? Let's, 2 more parameters. Remember, we have no modulations, no chorus, none of that stuff. Let's go to the delay, which is a secret weapon of the PCM-41, and then the reverb when we're done. Alright? Real fast. See my modulation that's off, so we're not using any chorus and stuff like that. So let's go to our delay. This is my little secret. I have 520 milliseconds. Feedback at 24, high cut at 2.0, and my effect level at 74. That is my Lexicon PCM delay. Without the delay, not bad, but I love it with the delay. That's why I love the tone. Let's add on the delay. Oh, a delay on the delay. That sounds great with tapping. I don't do tapping, so when you tap, oh look, it's trying to be like Eddie Van Halen. I don't do Eddie Van. Lastly, let's go to the last parameter. It's reverb. You may have a bunch of reverbs to choose from. I only have 5: ambient, room, hall, and plate. So if you have better stereo, other types of reverb, play with your reverb. You may have a better reverb, right? I chose room for this tone. You want to try plate? By all means, go for plate, hall, whatever you want to use. I have room. My reverb time is at 2.0, high cut at flat, and my effect level at 90. If I turn the reverb off, this is it. That's why I love the reverb. The reverb and the delay and the EQ made this tone. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Look at my effect level on my reverb. It's at 90. So I have a lot of reverb because that's what the 80s was. And that's, oops, hello, get out of there. Okay, there you have it. That is my custom Lexicon PCM-41 tone patch emulation. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, leave them below. Thanks for all your support. I'm glad you like this tone. I'm glad to share with you this tone. Real quick, if you're new to my channel, hit subscribe, hit the like button, and hit that notification bell. And if you look on my playlist, if you're into tones, all my tones are free. I have all the settings there for you. Borrow them, steal them, copy them, modify them, edit them however you like to. They're yours. I like them the way they are. But if you can make them better, by all means, use my tones as a template or spring block or springboard so that you can get to where you want to. Maybe one of my tones reminds you of something else and whatnot. Again, let me know your requests. If I'm behind in your request, remind me again so I'm not behind in your request. Alright, that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Alright, cheers!